Alright, ease her down. Bring her in too. There you go.
There you go.
Man, that took every bit of that.
It did. Every bit of that.
We can't pour anything down the...
No. Yeah. Well, guys, our crucible had a hole in it. It got all the way to the brim. I started trying to rake some of the dross out, and it started leaking out and made a huge mess. All right, come on down.
Do you want to say a prayer?
Yes, sir.
Oh no.
Puppy dog.
Let's dump this.
You need to use that coat.
All right. Josie, grab some sand and throw on that riser. Well, thank you, everybody. 20 hours now on this job. We have.
I've been here for 20.
We have.
Used to be.
Yeah. We have an ungodly amount of hours tied up in this, and on top of that,
It's still there.
oh crap!
But your riser goes like that, right?
It don't matter.
It goes down.
Your runner's not supposed to be down there.
I think it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I know it ain't. I know it ain't.
It's gonna be fine.
I've seen that happen too many times to know.
It's gonna be fine.
Once you have that, those
Yeah.
waves and the dust go all the way around, it'll be free.
Okay.
Right now, it's still locked solid on those areas.
Got patterns all the way around except there.
Yeah. Hit it from this side now. So I can...
And why do you need a radius on a riser?
Well, you'll have hot tear there. You don't want that.
Would it also create a stress point?
Well, it's what's happening is it's shrinking from two opposing planes at that vector, and it draws that material in right there, and it's pulling it from both sides to the point it makes a crack inside the casting, which is also it's a stress factor. You never want sharp corners on a casting. All right. Well, guys, this is the last attempt we're going to make on this mold. And I wanted to show you, I got Steve Watkins still here. He has been here since Saturday.
You won't let me leave! Help!
And it's Tuesday now. So he's been here 4 days helping me with this, and we have already made just about a mold per day here trying to pull this off. We've already cast another attempt. That didn't work out, and that was because of the mold blowing. So we got this one, and one of the issues that we were running into was we were pouring short. We really need to make sure we displace as much metal when we get this pattern made as possible, and we need to put a core right through the middle. And for some reason, that didn't happen. But anyway, we're putting one in now. As you can see, we were able to come up with a way to make a sodium silicate core to go down in there. We have it as positioned as accurately as we possibly can on this wooden jig. And then we weighted it down, and we also put a weight on the metal pin that goes through here that secures the core. And on the other end of the core, that was kind of, I will say, we eyeballed it down there the best we could. It's probably going to be off position by about 50 thousandths at least. It might be 100 thousandths.
Your eyeballs are a hell of a lot better than mine are.
But I think it's going to work. I mean, we don't have any choice. I want to make sure this casting fills, and we're doing a few things differently on this one just to make sure of that. For the most part, we're going to have a good, solid, sound casting. Hopefully, we'll be able to show you shortly. But we're fixing to pour this, and if I haven't told Steve, I really appreciate his determination in sticking it out with me to help me get this out. You know, my other guys, they can only come on Saturdays, and Eddie was going to come back out Sunday and help us, and he got the flu. Luckily, we don't have it, so that we know of. So yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you up to speed. And I also wanted to explain, sorry I didn't put a video out last week, but it was the same repetitive thing. You know, make this mold for 6.5 hours or 8, however long it took, and then watch it fail. And you know, I've shown you one of them already. So I decided to go ahead and show you the beginning to the end result of a good casting, hopefully, on this one. wood's burning up. Get my wood out of there. See?
Out of where?
I'm messing with you.
Get your own damn wood. Whew, filled both of them.
Yeah.
And it's staying.
So far. We're getting very close if we didn't already look it. We're fixing to find out. I'm going to needle scale it, and we'll see what the backside looks like.
Inside. Yeah. Close to the way the footprint was.
James, spin it around 180 degrees. We'll let everybody see this. All right, guys, this is the final capstan. This is the one that's going to be used and machined. We're sending two with Key. He's going to machine one of them as a setup piece before he actually cuts this one up. But it looks really good. We have, we ended up having to put a riser in there. We ended up having to put a core in there to displace enough iron to actually pull this off. And for the most part, I'm very happy with what we got. But I wanted to give a special thanks to all my friends that were, y'all could get closer together.
Yeah, well,
I don't like them.
we didn't know that. We didn't know you were ready.
We don't like you,
You don't
either.
like me either?
That's okay. We didn't know you were ready.
Is this close enough?
So,
Oh, now.
so you got KILROY was here from day one. Of course, he missed out on the last couple attempts, but and then you got Sean. Sean's been with us most of this time. Don, right here, has if I haven't introduced you to Don, Don has came when the first time he came. Nobody else did, but we had canceled, and I forgot to tell Don. So, you know, but guys, and then of course we have, so, what's that?
I got lunch out of it.
You did. I felt so bad because I forgot to, I bought him lunch. But I had to, anyway, each time we did this was critical. Each time we did this was a lesson learned on what not to do on the next pour.
Yeah.
And Eddie just comes strolling in. Eddie, we're glad you were able to make it for the video.
Well, I got to take the credit for it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But Eddie got sick on us right at the end, and Steve was able to stick it out with us for 4 days straight. And after 2 or 3 consecutive attempts in those 4 days, we finally pulled this off. But we had to scrap. We had to cast 4. We have 4 capstans now. Of the 4. The other one's going to be used for target practice. Stan may be shooting at it. I don't know.
And we
They're available.
We formed
on
up
eBay.
at least 5 or 6 times, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. Before several times we had to re-ram sections of the mold before we ever even poured.
Exactly. That just when I say we had to make the mold 6 times and we only poured 4 castings, or even 8 times, we may have had to start over in the middle of the process because the mold broke on us, right? As we were trying to pull it, and turn around and have to try to salvage what we got of that mold. Sometimes it's easier to start from the beginning, but not the case with this thing, just because it's just too intense, too much involved with it.
And I remember distinctly, probably at least 3 times, where the coat broke, and we put the pattern back in, and you rammed it up again.
Yep. And that happened the last time too. We ended up having to re-ram the coat twice before that finally turned out. But anyway, guys, I apologize for waiting so long to get this video out, but I knew I was going to have the team together again. We've got a construction crew. Everybody's pitching in right now. We've got a lot of highly coordinated guys. Everybody knows their task, and I'm going to show you more video of that. And I want to thank my buddy Stan. Come on, Stan, get on the camera. Let's see. I want to thank Stan.
I'm going to shoot your opener for you. You ready?
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, y'all. This is Clark from Windy Hill Foundry.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you do.
That's all my...
Hey, y'all. This is Clark from Windy Hill Foundry. We got some folks over here doing some construction. And welcome to the channel. We got a bunch of stuff to show you this week. Y'all enjoy. No, well, that's going to land on the cutting room floor.
But it's pretty
That's probably going to be my opening.
Yeah. I'd use it for sure.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I will.
But anyway, guys, I can't thank y'all enough for everything you've done. Along with we've had some outside help that couldn't physically be here, that provided an additional funds for the fuel that was spent, and I'm going to list them here. I do want to thank all of you, along with my Patreon group that's supporting this channel. Without you guys, it would be difficult to do a lot of the stuff that we're doing here. And hopefully, now that we've got this project out of the way, we'll be able to do more repetitive videoing. We've got a lot of interesting jobs coming up. Other than just the Capstan, we have some. I'll give you an example. One of the jobs that's coming up soon is a part we're casting for a B-17 they're restoring in Asheville, North Carolina. We're going to be casting part of the upper gun turret. I'll tell you more on that as we get to it. So we're getting to play a part in a lot of cool historical projects that are going on, and we love sharing it with you. But anyway, again, I wanted to give these guys a special thanks because I could not have done this without you guys. And
This
wouldn't
wouldn't have been any good.
No.
It would have been a lot more work.
Every attempt we made on this was a valuable effort. We had to go across that part of it in order to get to where we're at now. So none of that was done for nothing. Was that right grammar? How do I say that, Kilroy?
It wasn't a waste of time.
It was not a waste of time.
It's a learning process.
Thank you, James.
You get a writing credit for that.
I need James narrating these for sure. But all right, well, we're going to sign off here.
Here, show them some of the weird detail in here. That's some crazy detail up in there you don't see.
And
Right.
this is offset because it doesn't matter.
Right.
There's a huge taper that goes in here. So all you guys that like to make comments about, oh my God, I could have done it better.
Yeah,
that'll be bored out.
The concentricity is not going to be an issue there because all that's going to clean up.
A little more WD-40 when you were taking it apart, and you might not have had to go through this.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have gotten together.
Yeah.
So.
And now I know I got to come back for B17 part.
Well, what we need to do is we all need to go
there you go.
Take it apart.
How big is that?
Oh, it's not that big.
Oh,
but,
darn.
If y'all want to be in that, be a part of that, I'd love to have you because I'm probably going to fail on that several times too.
Really.
Well, I'm good at helping you fail. So.
Oh yeah.
How much does it weigh?
Oh, it's probably not going to weigh more than 5 pounds. It's a what's unique about this is we're going to have to do it in a ceramic shell.
Oh, cool.
And yeah,
is it aluminum part?
Yep. And we're going to have to melt it out of the shell and then fill it with aluminum. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Well, this concludes, and this is the very last video of the Capstan that I was milking, for, as everybody was saying.
But don't worry, because I got 45 more coming.
There you go, y'all. Steve Watkins, if you want to see more of the agony, the sorrow and everything that went behind pulling this job off, check out Steve Watkins' channel and he'll have the conclusion of that. I apologize for not going through all the process on this video for this particular job, but I have already beat that horse to death with my earlier videos. We did everything basically the same way except for on this one we put the core in. It's the only difference. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope that you'll see these guys in some less complicated, less aggravating videos to come. Got Keith with me. He's coming to pick it up, bring it home, and from there he's going to be machining it and getting it to fit. This is the final pour. This is the final casting, and this is acceptable. And we're going to be I'm anxious to see how well it machines out. And Keith's also going to take one of the 4. Yeah, 4. We had 4 castings as a result of this, and this is the good one. So Keith's going to be taking this along with one of the other 4 as a setup piece. Yeah. And hopefully he's going to nail it right the first time, but if he messes up, he's got the other one to find out on. Right.
Well, that's kind of the plan. I hope we don't need the second one, but you know, actually the first one you poured came out nice, except there was a little bit of shrinkage in one area. But we're going to be boring most of that out anyway. I don't know. It might actually have cleaned up fine. Well, but we'll see. But anyway, we got a backup if we need it. I don't think we will, but we'll be taking these. I gotta bore that hub out. There's a taper that goes in there for this thing to mount on. I got to broach out some keys in it, and then also drill some holes through it for the gears that for manually turning it. We are motorizing the Capstan, but we'll still have the option to use it manually as well. So a lot of work still to do on the Capstan project, but we are working hard on trying to get that done and hopefully have it knocked out here before too much longer.
And as far as the videos, I apologize for spacing this one out so far apart from the rest of them, but we had a lot of stuff hit in between that video and this one. But this actually was poured a month ago now.
It's been almost a month ago.
Yeah, so we've had this done for a month, guys. I keep getting attacked by you. It's been done a month. We're just now concluding this. Keith.
Well, and Clark was going to ship it to me, and I'm like, Clark, I'm not to the point where I'm needing it right now, and I knew that I was coming out here, so I said, just hang on to it. I'll pick it up when I come. We save the shipping cost on it.
Yeah.
Or he would have mailed it to me a month ago. But like I said, I wasn't to the point where I was ready for it. Or I mean, I could have jumped on that, but I had other things to do on the Capstan project, so it wasn't like it was holding me up from doing things. So we just decided to keep it here for a little while. So that's the reason it's taking so long.
But it's been an adventure, and we've had you know, it's not until I get into situations like this that we're not normally set up to do that I find out how many good friends I have that'll come out of the woodwork to help pitch in, and we had a lot of people driving from some long spans, including Steve Watkins, who is in the building now doing drywall work. So yeah, we've had a lot of people to participate on this and to help pull this project off, and I want to thank all of you guys as well that came out. And we had some donors that weren't on site that contributed to the cause, and I want to thank you as well, along with my Patreon group. I don't want to leave those guys out, but yes, I'm this casting, what sets this casting apart and what makes this pass, if I didn't say, is we ended up having to displace some of the iron. We were using every drop to pull this off, and we had to have enough extra iron in the riser in order to keep from having any shrinkage. And the only way to pull that off was to displace it with a core that we put here in the middle. And it's not right in the middle because we didn't have
be bored out anyway.
Yeah,
it's not gonna matter. Normally
we would have a core print that we would have embedded in the sand, and that would keep the concentricity from one end to the other, keep the run out to a minimum on the core. But luckily we were able to kind of eyeball it, lay it out with the other piece, the original, and it's going to fall within the parameters.
And this pretty much maxed out your capacity on how much you can pour with your current furnace setup.
Yep.
And literally, because I mean, if you'd have had, you know, a cup of extra iron in that first pour,
it would have worked.
It would have nailed it.
It would have worked.
Yeah.
But like I said, it took every single drop, and that's not spilling any of it, which is almost impossible to do when you're trying to get it to the brim.
Well, Clark, I appreciate you working with us on this. And
yeah.
I know
it's been an honor to be a part of this project.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave that out either, but yeah, I'm glad that we were able to play a part in the Tally-Ho restoration. So, yeah.
Good deal.
All right, guys. Well, this is the last you're going to see of me with this capstan. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.
See ya.
When I'm not milking videos and beating horses to death, I like to sit back and enjoy a dash of Balderdash. Balderdash is a bitter made by Dockery Beverage Limited out of North Carolina. And it's very rare that I get an opportunity to get anything from the American-made company, so here it is, guys. Even though I'm not an avid connoisseur of bitters and tonics, I really appreciate this, and I want to thank Ed. It's been a joy to talk to him. If you enjoy a little drink here and there and you'd want to try some of this, feel free to reach out to him below. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.